What do you got, Teddy? What do you got? You got your toy? Alright guys, we're down here with Teddy for our week 2 video recap. In this video, we're going to quickly run through all of the skills that we practiced with the puppies in week 1. And then I'm going to show you the new things that we introduced for week 2. Are you giving me kisses? What are you doing? You're licking my leg. You're a sweet little boy, huh? Yeah, where's your toy, Teddy? There it is. Are you hungry? Good job, buddy. So just like last week, I'm going to recommend that once you're done watching Teddy's recap video here, that you head on over to the Stay and Train webpage and you watch the videos in the week 2 video library. Again, that's just going to help everything make a little bit more sense, especially for when you're practicing at home. I think Teddy's ready to get started. He's looking up at me all eagerly. He knows that I got the snacks. All right, so we're going to start just like last week by charging the clicker. Yeah, you see that click and that head turn? He knows what it means. We're going to charge the clicker just for a couple of reps, just to get him warmed up. And we're going to move right into following that food lure, just like we did last week. Very nice job, Teddy. Good boy. You compare it with his name. Teddy. That's a sweet puppy. One more. I'm going back and forth between my left hand and my right hand. Teddy. Wow, good boy. We can also practice some hand targets. The dogs are doing so well with this one. No food in my hand. Teddy, touch. Yeah, good job, buds. So once he targets, I'm going to mark with the clicker. Touch. Then I'm going to come in with the cookie. Perfect. So we just got rid of the food lure for this one. Teddy, touch. Wow, that's a smarty pants. Look at you. Okay, new exercise for week 2. This is called the flying cookie game. I'm going to toss a treat on the ground. Get it. Make some space. Teddy. And then I'm going to call him back to me. Good job, buddy. Get it. Teddy. So this is another name recognition exercise. Okay, get it. Get it. Teddy. Oh yeah, you got some speed behind you, buddy. Let's do that one more time. Get it. Teddy. Good boy. So you can see how the flying cookie game also teaches our puppies what their name is. It's also now starting to teach them that when they hear their name, when we call their name, that they should come back to us. You could certainly start to layer in a formal recall cue at some point, like the word come, Teddy come. But as puppies, little babies, I usually just like to start by building value for the name, and then you can layer in that recall word, when you're ready. Look at this dog. He's so eager to train. He's like, forget your toy. I know you got snacks. I'm the last puppy to go. I'm hungry. I've been waiting my turn. Yeah, you're silly. All right. We're just going to have to move on. So last week we taught the puppies sit. So let's practice a couple of those. Come here, bud. Teddy, sit. Good boy. Very nice. And remember we used okay, release cue. Means he's allowed to get up from the sit. Teddy, sit. What a smart man. Good boy. Okay. Get those. We'll do one more sit. You didn't even find them. They're right there. Right there. Right there. Yeah, there we go, Teddy. Sit. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Now, also new for week 2, we practice down. So from the sit position, we're going to lure the puppy down to the ground. Chest and elbows are down. We're going to feed a couple treats there after we click. Okay. And we're still going to use that release cue to tell them when they're done. Sit. Teddy down. Good boy. Okay. What a smart boy. Let's see, I got a couple more in my hand. Let's do one more. Down. Good job, buddy. Okay. Great, he's doing fantastic with his downs. So let's use the down as new criteria for the mat. So you'll remember last week, week 1, we just put the mats on the ground. We wanted the puppies to come over and get paws on. This week, not only do we want the puppy to come over to the mat, but we also want to see if they can lay down on it. So all the puppies are doing great with knowing that they're supposed to go to the mat now. We wait a few moments and see if the puppy can offer the down. And if they don't, not a huge deal. We'll just lure them into the down, which is what I'm gonna do with Teddy. Once his paws are down, we're gonna mark that. And again, we'll come in and we'll feed them a few pieces for holding that position on the mat. Good job, Bubs. Yeah, right there. Okay, release him off. Oh, you missed one. Gonna pick this up. We're gonna move the mat and we're gonna see if we could try again. Okay? So we put the mat down on the ground. He knows he's supposed to go over to it. I'm just helping him get centered a little bit better. Then I'm gonna give him a few moments to think about offering laying down on his own. And if he doesn't, no problem. We will just lure him. But I wanna give the dog a chance to kind of think about it and do it on their own, right? All right, we're gonna help him. Yeah, there we go. So usually I'll give when I start to fade the food lure, I'll usually give the dog about, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds before I come in and help them again with the food lure. Good job, buddy. And this is why then we feed so many treats one after the other once the dog finds the position, because I really want him to understand that being in this position, okay, on the mat is what makes the gravy train open up. Let's try one more time, buddy. Okay, here's your mat. Again, I'm just helping him get a little bit more centered. There we go. Oh, he's thinking about it. And I'm gonna help him. Yeah, good job, buddy. And that time the help only just came in the form of me pointing to the mat. I didn't even have food in my hand or anything. So by next week, I have full confidence that he is gonna have this down. Good job. Good job, buddy. So lots of cookies, lots of value for being in that down position. Yeah, you missed that one, it's right there. Okay, and then release him out. All right, right there, you can get it. So I like where he's at with the mat. We still just have to help him find the down position a little bit, but he'll get that in no time. All right, Bubs, you wanna play with your toy yet? You have enough food in your belly that you wanna think about playing? Yeah, good job, Bubs. Here we go. The next exercise that we're gonna practice in just a minute here is the crate. I have it up on the chair because there's still snacks in there from our last puppy that we had down here. So we want to start to teach the pups in week 2 that, so they've been sleeping in their crates through the night, right? But we want to start to teach them that they can go into their crate on their own, and we can put that on cue or put it on command. So if we ask the puppy to go into the crate, they want to go in. So that's what we're going to do now. Yeah, are you decided that you're done with the toy again? That's a sweet boy. All right, so let's pick this up. Grab some more treats. And I'm going to bring the crate down here next to my chair. Oh my God. I'm going to open this up. There's already food in there. Let's see if he wants to think about investigating. So in week 2, again, we just use that food lure and we're working on luring the puppy into the crate. Here we go, Teddy. Oh yeah. He's like, yes, please. Let me clean up these treats. Okay. Good job, Bob. There it is. There's 4 paws. So if the puppies are getting 4 paws in this week, I'm marking that with the clicker. You can feed them a couple more treats either by dropping them directly into the crate, or you can feed through the bars like I'm doing here. Okay, release them out. You didn't even see that one on the ground. You're so silly, Teddy. Teddy, kennel. There we go. Good boy. And I'm also just pairing him coming into the kennel with the word kennel. If you want to call this something different, you certainly can. Just pick a word and be consistent with it. Okay. There you go. You got some on the ground there. Good job, buddy. Teddy Kennel. Wow. That's a good boy. Super smart man. Right, I think you did that a few times in a row, Bubs. There's one more in here. You want that one? Right there. Get it, get it, get it. Oh, good boy. Clean it up. Okay. All right, so Teddy's doing awesome with his kennel. I think he'd go back in again if I didn't just shut the door on him. So that's great. That's everything that we want to see. We want to practice this little crate game separate from having to actually lock the puppy in the crate when we're not home or when we're sleeping, because this is what's going to build value for the crate, for the dog to want to interact with the crate, all that stuff, right? Okay, so now we're going to move on to our handling exercises. Again, I'm going to get down on the ground with the puppy, but if this isn't super comfortable for you, you can always pick your puppy up and put them up onto a surface. I'm going to show him that I got a piece of food, and I'm just going to start with that simple handling, petting, restraining a little bit, maybe going through some of his body parts. Yes, good boy. Picking up some feets. Wow, just making sure he's still comfortable with all of that, which he totally is. And this week for week 2, we introduced a grooming tool. So I have some nail clippers here, but it doesn't matter what the tool is. Yes, I'm just going to start by touching it to him and petting him with it, and then maybe slipping him a cookie for that, right? I want to work on getting the dog, yes, getting comfortable with being touched all over. So you can see him kind of bringing up onto his head, his ears, down onto his tail, down his legs. Good job, buddy. Now I can take the nail clippers, yes, and touch them to his feet. Yes. Good boy. Wow. And he has no problem with that grooming tool. Okay. So you do this with the nail clippers, we do it with the brush, we do it with literally any random object. If you're not going to trim your puppy's nails, you don't have to go out and buy a nail clipper. You could use something like a fork or something and touch it to the puppy. We just want to get the dog comfortable with being touched with other things besides our hands. Because again, they're going to have a lifetime full of grooming and veterinary care. We want to make sure that they're comfortable with all that, right? When they're at the vet, they're going to have to be touched with the stethoscope and maybe the syringe and everything else. So Teddy did a fantastic job with everything today. With all of his, you're giving me kisses, you silly boy. Again, make sure to check out the videos in the week 2 video library, and we'll see you next week for your week 3 recap.